Hello guys, welcome to another video. And today is going to be a story time. Now this is way belated, but I'll go ahead and get into this. I'm going to be telling you how my New Year's Eve and my New Year's Day went, since everybody's doing that late. Because I had a lot of things to do. I mean, this is my only day out. Like I have a day off school today, so that's what I'm doing. And also I had to get to McDonald's, so that's why I couldn't record earlier. So I'm just gonna be telling you how my New Year's Eve went and my New Year's Day too. Now I feel like y'all are here and y'all are ready to hear how my New Year's Eve went. Jesus, I'm sorry for the stutter. But why are you not hitting that subscribe button? Why aren't you hitting that like button? Why aren't you hitting that comment button? Because I'm gonna need you to do all of those things. Comment on what your New Year's Eve was like, or about anything in general, or maybe also like the video, spread it across people, share it basically. And also, when you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss an upload. Especially as an upcoming YouTuber, you don't want to miss an upload, because these stories are just so good. Now anyway, with all that said and all that out of the way, how about we just go ahead and get into this video. So, New Year's Eve was low-key kind of a deal breaker for me. Not because I was bored, even though it was that too, but it was because I had to work. So I had to work from 3:30 to 7:30, which is a total of 4 hours, so it's not that much, right? So when I was on my break while I was working, my brother asked if I wanted to go pop fireworks with my aunt. Now, me and my aunt, we have been kind of divided for a majority part in our life. So it's just like, I never really got to see her, and when I did, it'd be either on a call or like a family gathering. But she always used to send me money, and that's one thing I don't like taking. I mean, of course, like sometimes you need money when you need money, but I just felt like I was stealing from her sometimes, and it didn't feel right. So when I heard about that, I was like happy, because I haven't went and popped fireworks with her for New Year's or 4th of July for that matter since 2019, and as you know, it's 2022, so over 2 years is the last time I went to go pop fireworks, and it was July 4th. So yeah, so I decided to think about, hey, I can hang out with my cousins, and also I could spend time with my aunt. I can see how she's going and like what she's doing. So I said, okay, when are they popping fireworks? And they said they're not popping until like maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. Okay, that's perfect. I get off at 7:30, so all I have is like what, an hour and a half to prepare, because I was not arriving at 8. Like right as soon as I get off work, that's that nasty fuck. I have to make sure I smell good. Well, I'm a very hygienic person, but actually that's a lie. When it comes to my body, when it comes to everything around me, no. So when I said that, he said that he was gonna pick me up from work, and then I could go get dressed. Now I get dressed, I'm ready to pop fireworks, and I'm just basically having fun. I'm seeing everybody I'm seeing for a little while. I saw my little cousin. He used to be like down here, now he's all the way up here, and I'm just like, what happened? But of course, that's what everybody feels like. Like, we all get tall, we all grow up, so it's just kind of weird for us still to adjust, because it's just, you still see your little cousin that you used to basically talk down on, or like just, they're right here and you're all the way up here. So that's how it was. So when I was popping fireworks with him, we were low-key having a fun time. We were catching up on what happened, how's middle school going, how's this going, because mind you, he's almost 13. Like, he's turning 13 in April, and yeah, he's 12 right now. So when we were catching up, I think this happened after we were popping fireworks. We went over to his house, and we're just basically chilling, right? And then apparently we were chilling because my aunt was getting more fireworks for us to pop. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, we could have like a fun time. And my brother was just texting me, apologizing for me leaving him there so late. And I guess he thought I didn't want to be there, which for some reason, I truly, genuinely didn't give a flying FUCK. So it was like, I was spending time and I was actually having fun. I mean, I'd rather be here spending time with my cousins than being at home miserable as hell. Like, why would I want to do that? Like, I truly didn't give a fuck about being there, like, over time. Like, that's what New Year's is for, you're supposed to spend time. So at this point, it's around 12 o'clock. Like, New Year's already hit. So yeah, everybody's saying Happy New Year's. Everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying this. Yeah, it's just basically kind of, like the genuine exchange. So when that happened, after we were done popping fireworks, my cousin walks up to me and pops the question. Hey, Waylon, can you come spend the night tonight? Now, think about me for the past few years, every time when he asked me to spend the night, because of what happened when we were younger and also, I was never really allowed to spend the night. It wasn't because of my mom, it was more because of my dad, because I have a cousin who isn't on the best terms with my dad, so he doesn't want me being around that bad influence and environment that they have, even though it's not bad at all. Like, they genuinely care about me. They wouldn't let anything happen to me, even if I were, and also I could protect myself, even if they do try something. So I never really got to spend time, so that's why every time, it just became a reflex. So every time when he would ask me, I said no. But mind you, this was the only chance that he had. He couldn't spend time with me any other time unless I just, hooked up with him then and there. So that's why he pops up the question every time when we see each other. So that was kind of messed up. So when he asked this question, I told him, give me a minute. Now, mind you, that's my excuse for everything, just to get him on my face for a little bit and then I don't go. But as I was about to say no to him, I kind of looked back and I was like, I don't really spend time with him enough. And like, he's growing and stuff, and he seems cool to hang out with. Like, I want to hang out with my little cousin, and also, like, he's cool and he's fun, and I'm pretty sure this could be a way for us to, reconcile, if you will. So I looked back at him and I said, give me a minute, I'm gonna go pack up and then I'm gonna come right back here and I'll spend the night. And then he got so happy, and I don't know, it was just something about that just made me feel like the big cousin I always wanted to be. I've realized that a lot of cousins don't really care about the money, they don't care about spending time, they don't care about nothing, they just want to hang out. And that's actually kind of a fun thing, because I didn't have a lot of cousins who used me for money, but it was something similar to that. So that's why it was kind of hard for me to, be dressed open arms. So when I went over there to spend the night, I saw that his friends were there, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so when I saw that, they were in bonnets, they were in blankets, they were in pajamas, and I was like, what's going on? And you said, oh yeah, they're coming to spend the night with me for New Year's. And I'm like, huh? You mean I have to be surrounded around a bunch of 12-year-olds for the whole day? Mind you, I had to keep an eye on them when we were popping fireworks. It was literally like babysitting Bebe's kids. Like, I promise you. Like, they were acting so bad for no reason. Okay, so when I came to the conclusion that, oh, they aren't gonna leave here, I mean, it's not my house, it's not nothing, and maybe I could just be cool. So, my cousin decided to, be a genius for some reason, even though it wasn't genius at all. He decides to put on a horror movie, The Conjuring. So we're watching The Conjuring, and everybody's just screaming the whole time. Mind you, it's 3 o'clock, so like, my aunt is asleep around this time, or at least is trying to sleep, but these little rugrats are over there screaming their lungs off, so it's kind of hard. So when they were screaming and stuff, I was saying, like, y'all need to quiet down, because like, my aunt's sleeping up there. But I guess they just kept ignoring me, and they ended up keeping me up till I think maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. Now, mind you, my bedtime is nowhere near that time, because I'm adulting, I'm changing, so I'm trying to fix the sleep schedule. And also, like, Christmas, well, actually, low-key, I kind of had a astounding sleep schedule ever since that day. Like, when I tell you, I went into the deepest sleep at 5 minutes. I mean, not 5 minutes, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I went to sleep at 5, and I woke up at 2 p.m. It wasn't pleasant. No, it wasn't. Because, one, that's like already, it's like way past here. Like, why am I sleeping this deep for like that long? So like, I was kind of disappointed in myself, because I'm like, Galen, you have school in a couple of days. Like, imagine how this could affect you. And then so I was just kind of having those thoughts. I was like, oh my God, I really do have school in a few days. So like, bro, imagine I'm just over there, just passed out on my desk. So it's just like, So when I woke up, everybody was up. Actually, it wasn't even the guys who like woke themselves up. It was the girls. They were in the next room. They were partying because they were up since I think 10 o'clock. I don't understand how y'all get 3 hours of sleep and just jumping around all happy and stuff. Me, I took a big fat long nap. So when they were doing all that loud stuff, we were just sitting there kind of bored because the only thing that we could do was just play on his PS5 or just go play outside. And low-key, that sounds like some kiddie stuff. That don't sound like teenager stuff. Teenager stuff is when you go out and you have a fun time and you come back by curfew time. That's teenager stuff. So I decided to bring up the topic. Well, like, then again, like, I don't think they were really messing with me. They just kind of knew me. So I said, well, I asked my cousin, I was saying, do y'all want to go see Spider-Man? The way that their eyes widened when I said that, it was unpredictable. Like, I didn't think that they were going to react like that. Everybody, like, there was this one boy who was saying, yo, I watched all the movies. I'm so ready to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. So, and then William, that's one of the fake names that I use. So, like, he decided to be all like, oh yeah, I want to go see Spider-Man too. I want to go see Spider-Man. So when they said that, I decided to order tickets. But so I went to go ask the girls, but then he said, no, I want only the boys to go. And I'm like, okay. And me, I keep forgetting that I had that mindset too, where I didn't want girls to be around, boy stuff. Because, like, watching Spider-Man, that seems like some boy stuff. And even though it's very sexist, that's just how we think and how we feel. So I couldn't blame them. So when I ordered the tickets, low-key, I honestly don't ever want to go to AMC again. Because, okay, it was 4 of us going, so I had to pay for the tickets. I paid $64 for those tickets. Now, if you do your math correctly, I don't know if you want to or not, that means every ticket was basically $15 each. So I told them that y'all better run me my money for these tickets. But like low-key, I kind of thought that they were going to be struggling there, saying I'm not going to have no money. Because, like, judging from what I've experienced in the past, it was... But surprisingly, my little cousin, he slapped me in 40. And I'm like, okay. I didn't expect that, but okay. So when that happened, like, the movie started at 6:30, and at the time it was like 2:15 or something. So that means we had basically 3 hours and a half to get ready. So when we were just basically playing around, jumping, like, and then also I had to get my hair cut too. So, but the thing is, I was getting my hair cut at his house because my brother, he gives me my haircuts. But yeah, so basically that's how it happened. So we were just over there chilling for a while, and then I was like, oh, right, we're hungry as hell. So when I realized that we were hungry as hell, and I wasn't willing to pay for $15 for a bucket of popcorn. So I'm saying, if they want to eat, we gotta eat now, or maybe like right before the movie, so that way it'll just settle in our stomachs. But they said they wanted to eat now, so I did that. So I ordered a pizza, of course, and so when I ordered it, I had to go pick it up because we were at like a different location. Well, like, I wasn't at my typical location, so I was still adjusting. You know how it takes you a while to adjust to your standards when you're at another location and you're ordering food online? It's a whole different thing, because like everything is just spread out and everything's so far away. Even though I had a good outlet from like his location. Like, from his location, I could low-key walk up to Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Cane's, and I'm like, this is kind of a good layout. I might come over here more often. So when I ordered the pizza, I brought it back, and I decided to get pizza for everybody because it's not fair for only the boys to get it. Like, that's not fair. Like, the girls just gotta sit here and starve and eat this nasty chitterlings that are stinking up the house. That makes no sense. So I decided to order pizza for everybody, and so we're ordering the pizza, and then we decided to go play outside, and they start racing. So after the race, my brother walks up to me and he asked me, what time do we want to go to the movies? In front of the girls. This upsets my cousin because he didn't want the girls to go at all. Well, like, as soon as my brother said that, the girls were already saying they want to go. And I told them straight up that if they wanted to go to the movies, y'all are going to have to run me money. Didn't even let me finish that sentence. This is basically how it happened. Hey, if y'all want to go to the movies, y'all better run me 40. in my hand, right here. Just my other cousin, she didn't say nothing. She just slapped it in my hand right there. And at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So when I did that, when that happened, I decided to order the tickets, and so I ordered them for the same time. Luckily, I didn't know how we had all them seats open. So when we had those seats open, at this point, we had like maybe an hour and a half. They didn't wait until a half to get ready. So that means we had 30 minutes to get ready. Mind you, they also wanted to take showers. Now, you already know me for good hygiene for the stuff, but I want to be having good hygiene and be on time. Because mind you, I don't know if you know this, but they have like this thing on the tickets where, well, like they don't have this thing on the tickets, but it's just, I didn't want to be late. I didn't want to miss the previews. I didn't want to miss any of the stories. I wanted to sit there, chill, and, have fun with, like, watching Spider-Man. Because, like, they never seen Spider-Man before. I want to see their reactions. I wanted to get there on time. So for them to get ready at the last second was kind of very not nice of them. So I told them, like, all right, well, y'all better hurry up because 30 minutes, the theater is 10 minutes away. So technically we have 20 minutes. So y'all, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm gonna take my shower, I'm gonna dip, and then you can take a shower, you're gonna dip, but y'all can't be taking a long time. Just scrub what you need to scrub and get up out. So that's how I was talking to them, and then they were just taking their time still. I remember my cousin, he took 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I said 5. He went double that amount. So we're about to be late. And so everybody's just scrambling to get ready. But low-key, I already had my fit on. I was already clean. I was already just ready to go. So when we arrived at the movie theater, we scanned like this code, like, cause like I ordered the tickets online, so you had to scan the code on your phone, and then you had to have the tickets print out for you. Although it wasn't that easy. So when we did that, we realized that a couple of tickets were missing. I'm like, oh wait, I have another code. So when I did that, I printed it out. Well, like, no, I scanned it and I printed it out, and yeah, that's basically how it goes. So we went into the theater, and I think this is where stuff started to get crazy. So of course, everybody, like, you're supposed to sit down at a movie theater. So when I sat down, I realized that, you want to know what? I kind of do want a snack. But of course, I didn't say I wanted a snack. I wanted a slushie. So I went and go get a slushie. They're over there ordering like big buckets of popcorn. I'm like, I thought I ordered y'all pizza, so y'all wouldn't have to do this. But at the same time, it wasn't my money, and like they could do whatever they want with their money. If they want to spend their money on like stuff like that, I mean, I'm not the one who's gonna be going broke. So it's just, I mean, you gotta let them. But at that point, I had that mindset where it's just like you're wasting money. Like what? So yeah, that's basically how it happened. So then we sat back down. The movie was about to start, I think, in 3 minutes. They're running in and out, and like they're running around the whole theater, and I'm like, yo, y'all need to calm down because y'all know that if y'all cause a disturbance, they're gonna kick us out of the movie theater. So when I said that, I guess they just ignored what I said, or just didn't think that what I said was true, which was low-key very, very stupid. So they just kept running around and stuff, and luckily, I don't know how they did it, but they sat down right as the movie started, and everybody's paying attention, although one of them is being very loud, one of them's talking through the movie. It's just like, shut up. Y'all know that, you know how disrespectful it is to talk during the movie? Like, some of these people haven't seen this stuff before, so it's just like, why are you talking in a movie? That's hella disrespectful. So I was telling him this, and then I guess he didn't care. So I think maybe another time in the movie, one of them had to go to the restroom, and I don't understand why kids do this, but whenever one person goes, like millions of other people have to go. At this point, there was only 3 people in the movie theater, and I could have swore I brought 7. So I had I brought 7, 8 including me. So actually no, it was 7. It was 6 of them, but it was 7 including me. Okay, there we go. I got it right. So when I did that, like, I was just watching them walking in and out of the theater. At this point, there was somebody, like, only a few people were actually watching the movie. One of them just kept asking questions next to me because they kept leaving, and I was just like, can y'all just watch the movie? I mean, I get that y'all want to know what happened, but if y'all wanted to know what happened, y'all would have been here the whole time. But of course, they eventually sat down one of them kept talking, and one of them, they had their phone just going off. Mind you, you're supposed to silence your phone. It tells you that at the beginning. It tells you to silence your phone. It tells you to not disturb like everybody around you, because one, that's disrespectful to who's watching the movie. So it was just like, why are you making life more difficult than it has to? So I told him to silence his phone, and he said no. Now this is where I start to like get annoyed, because it's just. But then again, everybody was getting annoyed with him, and I was like low-key keeping my patience, because it was just like, I had that mindset. Well, this was a younger mindset I used to have, but whenever somebody used to piss me off, I used to just swing at them. But I was like, if I swing at somebody's kid, their parents can come in and they can, do something to me, or tell my parents for that matter. So I wasn't trying to get into any altercation, so I just told him to calm down, and he still didn't listen. So at this point, we're like watching the movie. This is where he really started watching the movie at the end. I'm not gonna leave any spoilers though for anybody who hasn't seen Spider-Man yet, even though you should have. It's been what, a month or near a month? Like, come on now, like get up. So we were watching the movie, and he was like actually paying attention and stuff, and I was like cool with that, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. So when we all finished the movie, we decided to walk out, right? So when we walked out, we Jesus Christ, sorry, I'm trying to remember how it happened. When we walked out, they just, like, one of my cousins decided to have a brilliant idea and try to sneak into a movie theater. Mind you, this is not like something that is allowed, and also it's not legal either. So I wasn't even trying to get into that thing. So like, I wasn't even trying to have anything with the law, because like, especially dealing with these kids, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be having to deal with the law very soon. So I was saying, no, let's not do this. We didn't do it. I want to let y'all know we didn't do it. Disclaimer, we didn't do it. We did not, we didn't sneak into another movie theater. Well, one of them tried to, but then we realized it was some boring movie, and we were just like, no. So at this point, we're outside waiting for our ride to come pick us up, and we're talking about how cool the movie was and stuff. But the same kid is just being so annoying. So he's just constantly just picking on, well, like, not picking on, I said, like, you were acting a fool in that movie theater, and he was saying, I don't give a fuck. Now, me, I don't like it when people curse at me. Y'all already know this. So whenever people curse at me, those are like fighting words, in my opinion. So like, when you cuss at me, that's just simply that you're angry and you want to do something about it. So I'm kind of trying to keep my cool, because I'm just like, yeah, no. And luckily, one of my cousins decided to step in for me, and they said, you were acting a fool in there, so just shut up. And then he said, how about you shut up? And then the girl said, no, you shut up. And when I tell you, my jaw dropped when I saw this. After she said that to him, he swung at her. And it wasn't even like a regular, no, it was a full-on cockback helicopter just swing. And then, so I'm like my jaw's dropped right now, and like, no, like that girl, that was the only signal that she needed, because as soon as she did that, she didn't say no words, she didn't do nothing. She just, she dropped her purse, she slid her slides off, and then she just started beating him. Like she grabbed him by the shirt and just elbowed and pinned him into the wall. So he's just on the wall, just like squirming and stuff. And then, mind you, she is just swinging, like going in on him. And I'm like, okay, but like, you already know me. Like, low-key, you think I'd be the cousin of y'all, like, hey, stop. Y'all, like, no. Like, no, stop. But you already know, like, I'm 17. 17-year-olds, when they see a fight, it don't matter who's fighting. They just get up their phone and record. So at this point, I'm recording right now. I can't show the fight video because of, So when I did that, so when they were fighting, the boy was just getting beat up, and then like the girl like put him on the ground and just started swinging on him, and then he decides to run back into the theater to run away from her. You're not supposed to cause a disturbance in the movie theater, in the actual theater, like in the movie room, or in like the lobby area. You're not supposed to cause a disturbance, because they have the right to call the cops on you, or to just escort you off the premises forcefully. So I was trying to keep him from going into the theater, and he said, like, no. He said, no, I'm not coming out of the theater until she leaves me alone. And she said, get your ass up out the theater. So when she said that, he still didn't listen. So she decided to run into the theater and chase him out. Mind you, this is all happening in front of like a white family. So we're just like, I'm trying to keep our composure because I'm like, don't embarrass me in front of these white people. I have that, that natural black mom grit. Like, you know how you just don't want to be embarrassed in front of white people because it's just, you become the definition that they already think of you. You try to present yourself better. It's like an impression thing, kind of. So he was running past the cars, just running away from her, and then she's just chasing after him effortlessly. So it's just kind of like a in thing and out. So like they're just, and then eventually she just gives up because she saw like, I'm not gonna keep running after a pussy who always talking stuff. So, or always talking shit. I can cuss now, it don't matter. So at this point, everybody's chill right now until my other cousin, he decides to take one of his friends' phone. Now, mind you, one of his friends was a girl. I don't think he likes him, or he likes her, or I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's none of my business. I'm gonna just let him do his thing. So he takes his phone from the girl, and then they're just basically fighting. But they're not fighting for real. They're like play fighting. Then the girl kind of swung lightly in the wrong area. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, she basically kind of uppercutted him in this middle area. As soon as he like got caught back up, he started getting his nosebleeds. Now I'm like, at this point I'm like tripping because I'm like, oh my god, if anybody else finds, like if any of the adults find out, I'm gonna be the one liable because I was the one who decided to have this bright idea, and I'm the one who is basically in charge of them. I'm supposed to keep them in check and keep them like from doing stuff like that. So at this point, I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, get him some napkins, get him something. And I said, like, pinch your nose so it could, like, basically stop the bleeding. If you apply pressure, it will stop bleeding. So he's just pinching his nose while he's wiping the blood from under it. And I guess that's where it ended. Because, well, like, then again, we had some kind of roast battle where he ran into the theater again, even though we told him repeatedly to stop doing that. Then I think one of them decided to walk into this alley, which wasn't very appealing. It was kind of like a white horror movie kind of thing. So I told them to get him out of the valley. When they did that, one of them decided to walk all the way across to go to something, and I said, no, don't go there. Like, our ride's about to be here. So at this point, our rides are here, so they take us home, and then his parents are there. So when their parents are there, I'm like, oh yeah, thank God they're gonna go home. And then my nigga said, you should do stuff like this more often. Who? You talking to me? You want me to babysit them rugrats who was causing a muck in that theater? You want me to babysit Bebe's kids and losing kids from left and right? You want me to do that? You want me to do that? But of course, me being a nice person, I decided to say, yeah, sure, I'll see what happens. So that's basically how my New Year's Eve and day was. Not gonna lie, one of the funnest nights of my life. I did not regret a little thing. And also, I got to hang out with my cousin, and like, low-key, I don't know why, but like, so when I was getting ready to leave, my cousin hugged me and told me that he loved me. Now, low-key, that was like, low-key one of the things that really just warmed my heart up, because I was just like, just thinking about it right now just makes me want to get emotional. But I'm not gonna do that right now. So let me bring my tone back to earth. Let me bring my tone back. But it was just like, it was so emotional. So I was low-key kind of, this was the best night. So anyways, that's how my New Year's Eve and my New Year's Day went. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. And also comment about what your experience was like on New Year's, if you have a similar experience to that one. And also, if you want to get more content like this, you might want to hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell so you never miss an upload. You're not going to want to miss one. Because after that story, that means I have plenty more up my sleeve. So I suggest you go ahead and, be ready for it. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. I don't know why I did that. actually meant to